Since I qualified in 2019, I have been figuring out how to manage the non-clinical aspects to working life as a GP. This includes things like negotiating my contracts, finding locum work and negotiating the rate of pay, navigating the online portal, Primary Care Support England services online, and submitting my end-of-year pension certificate as a salaried GP. Now, much of what I've learned has been self-taught through trial and error. I've sent so many emails, contact form submissions, and been on the phone for hours. I've asked colleagues probably hundreds and hundreds of questions. So to make things much easier for you, I will be providing a brief overview, including tips on 2 key areas for life as a GP. Hi everyone and welcome back. If you're new, then a warm welcome to you. My name is Dr. Baptiste and I work as a portfolio GP. Now, if you don't know what a portfolio GP is, or you're just curious about what I do in my career, then be sure to check out an earlier video. If you're not new, then thank you so much for staying tuned, watching my videos, liking, commenting, and sharing my content. As always, if you enjoy the content, enjoyed this video, then be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more of the same. So in this video, we'll be talking about Primary Care Support England Online, which is an online portal that you must have once you qualify as a GP. And we'll also be talking about the end-of-year pension certificate if you're a salaried GP. So what is Primary Care Support England? Well, it provides services for primary care. This includes pensions, employment information for yourself as a GP, and the performers list. And the performers list includes all the primary care professionals who provide primary care services, so GPs, ophthalmic and dental performers. PCSE Online is where you can find information about the above and more, in addition to managing your online account. Your online account. So, once you begin work as a GP, you need to create an online account on this platform. Now, there are areas to complete your personal details and employment status, in addition to your performers list status, payments and pension. You can also submit your end-of-year pension certificate through this platform. Now, before you start working at a practice, it is so imperative, if you're going to be a salaried GP, to update this information on this portal. Similarly, when you leave a practice, you need to make your changes, you need to mark your end date. And importantly, this needs to be done before these dates take effect. Otherwise, you will need to contact Primary Care Support England, which can be a long process. Finally, another important point is that you need to update where you're working at the NHS area, as you may not be able to update your employment details without this information. The significance of updating your account appropriately. So once you update your details regarding joining a practice, PCSE assigns you a case number and then contacts the practice to approve the change. This then takes effect on your PCSE online account. The practice needs to complete a joiner form and also a leaver form if you do leave the practice. The NHS Business Services Authority provide a prescriber number which is then communicated to PCSE. Now, all of this ensures several important processes occur. Employee and employer pension deductions can be made from the practice payments. Appropriate prescribing costs will be accounted for, and that you appear on the GP practice estimate form. Now, if this isn't followed correctly, it can have really detrimental effects, not only to mention inconvenient consequences for you. Your end-of-year pension certificate or annual certificates of pensionable profits. Each tax year, you will need to complete a form which details a number of different things, depending on the type of practitioner you are. There are 3 main categories depending on how you work as a GP. The first is a Type 1 medical practitioner. Individual GP and non-GP providers, the latter includes GP partners. The second category is a Type 2 medical practitioner. PCSE define a Type 2 practitioner as either 1, a salaried GP working for either a GP practice, alternative provider, medical services, APMS contract, or local health board or CCG, the latter as a self-employed GP. A long-term locum GP for 6 months or more. An out-of-hours GP working as either employed or self-employed. There is also a section to complete if you have been away on maternity leave. The forms help to determine your pensionable earnings and what level your pension contributions should be made and any contributions due. This enables PCSE to identify and rectify any over or underpayments. Finally, as a locum GP, if you wish to pension your income from your locum work, you will need to complete the locum A and B form. Any appraisal work that you do will also need to be included on this form. There are guidance notes on how to complete the forms, and once you complete it once, it's pretty straightforward. You can hire an accountant for around £100 as a one-off payment, or slightly more depending on who you use, or you can do it yourself. Now, I personally opted to complete the form myself. I used the information from my self-assessment tax return and payslips. If there are any errors or adjustments to be made, then PCSE will tell you and you can make the necessary changes. It is imperative that you fully understand how to use your PCSE online account and how to correctly complete the end of year pension certificates. This will save you so much time, energy, and possibly money. They do have contact numbers and contact forms where you can submit inquiries, and they do get back to you, although it might take a little bit of time. Now, I hope you found that useful. If you did, then be sure to give the video a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more of the same. I will see you in the next one.